Benji, might start with Jerome's milestone this week. I don't know about you, but I kind of put at 150 and thought, surely it must be more than that.
Yeah.
Everything he's done with Jerome.
Yeah, you think that. It's a great milestone for Jerome, but one thing that he's made clear to me this week is that he doesn't want it to be all about him. It's about our club and our team and what we need to do this week. So as much as it's a good thing to celebrate, the right thing to do by him and what he wants to do is worry about the team. So we haven't even talked about it.
So, no presentation or family moment behind the scenes?
No, we'll do a presentation, but the focus has not been on that. The focus has been about how we have to perform this week.
Jerome seemed to still have a little hope for finals, and Appy said if he thought about that, it would do his head in. What do you think?
Oh, each to their own. One thing I've made clear with the team is we actually can't control some of those things or those thoughts, and if you're having them or you're feeling a certain way, that's okay. You can feel it, but from the coach's point of view, it's more about what can we control this week, and 1 week at a time. If you start looking too far ahead, you're in the wrong headspace. So that's not what we're thinking about at the moment. We could play at Leichhardt in front of our home crowd, our last home game, a great opportunity for us to give our fans something to cheer about.
You have to be happy though, even if you didn't get it. You've got to be happy with how the season's progressed.
I don't know if happy is the word. Look, if I'm being completely honest, I haven't really thought about reviewing the season yet. If I'm telling my players that I want their heads at one game at a time and focusing on that, then as the coach I need to be there too. So I'm just looking at this week, what we can do to prepare well, to play well.
What's been the most pleasing thing about your just recent run of form?
Throughout the season when you're asking the players to buy into a certain way of playing and believe in the way you're doing things, when you don't get the results, sometimes that's hard to believe and keep trusting, but I'm really happy with the way they've trusted it, believed in it, and bought in ultimately to the way we want to do things. And then getting a couple of good results off the back of it. I think we've won 4 of our last 6 or something. It's a good reward for them in working hard and sticking to what we've been preaching to them.
Have they exceeded your expectations of where you thought they'd be at this point?
Yeah, that's a question for another day. No.
Just back on Jerome, when we were filming training earlier in the week, we saw you and him working on a specific kick control.
Yeah.
I guess how nice is it for you to have your leader who's still so eager to learn and thinks he has things to learn?
Yeah, one thing about Jerome, the reason why I brought him here is not just for what he does in the field. If you're in the where we are in the inner sanctum, we get to see day in, day out what he brings to the team, and a lot of those great qualities are off the field: leadership, learning, the want to be better, always striving for success, and driving really good standards. So he's been an outstanding acquisition for our club, and yeah, we're happy we got him. When you're teaching him something and he's buying in and listening to the things you're teaching, he's also teaching the young guys that no matter how much you've achieved, there's always more to learn.
And I don't know if serendipitous is the right word, but it's Heritage Game this weekend, honouring 05, and you're coming up against Todd Payton.
Yeah, I don't know what serendipity means, to be honest. But yeah, it's we've talked about, it's obviously Heritage round this week, and we're going to have our 05 team there present at the game. Just when you wear the jersey or you put on, I guess it's for every team, but for us, the West Tigers, you're just a caretaker for that jersey, and you got to honour the people that come before you, and ultimately someone else is going to come there after you. So while you're wearing it, you got to wear it with pride, and to have those guys from 05 there this week, it makes it extra special and extra important for the club, because it's the only premiership we've won, and we want to pay tribute to those guys.
20 years on, what does it mean to you to be in this kind of role at this time when you're honouring that game?
Oh, I love my job here at the West Tigers as a coach. Obviously, a bit of experience when I got thrown in, and learning constantly week in, week out about what it takes to be an NRL coach. I feel like I'm sort of growing as the players grow. So still got a long way to go, but I love this job. I love being able to do it here at the West Tigers, and obviously 20 years on from when we won the competition, it's extra special.
Has it been harder in this job than what you thought?
Yep. It's a hard job. Coaching in the NRL is a tough gig. The pressure, the scrutiny that comes with it. I'm glad I went through it as a player, because it definitely strengthens your ability to handle it. But there's so many other things to coaching that when you're playing you don't get to see. It's like having 36 children that are all different, and managing different personalities and schedules, training. So there's a lot that goes into it, but I'm really enjoying it.
I imagine you're pretty immune to any sort of criticism or anything. So is the hard part about it being the demand on time? Is that what's hard?
No. The hardest part is wanting so much for everyone and being patient with what you're doing and trusting in what you're doing and backing your instincts and backing your gut, and that's probably the hardest part. But it's so rewarding when you get the rewards for it. You get to see young men grow from boys to men, and it's not just footy for me. Like I get to teach them about life and how to be a good person, and that's more important to me also than the footy.
Benji Marshall signing overseas. Was that just free up space? Just got an abundance of good players in that position? Or?
No, Charlie's off contract at the end this year, so that was his choice. But he's a really good bloke, Charlie, and we've enjoyed having him here and wish him all the best over there.
Did May coming in sort of make that easier as well, like you wanting to keep him long term?
No, nothing to do with it.
You are planning Taylor conversation, contract extension?
I said last week in the press conference we're going to sit down with them and try and work something out. You'll be the first to know when something happens.
You're going to call me?
Yeah.
But just you've been super impressed with how he's coming to the team, right?
Absolutely. I think he's exceeded everyone's expectations of what he's been able to produce on the field. And I love what he brings to the field. Like he brings aggression and defence. His attack's been outstanding for us, and on our left edge he's strengthened it up on both sides of the ball. But what's impressed me the most is his ability to, off the field, what he's brought. To want to be a better person, constantly working on himself. And to tell you the truth, he's been nothing but a pleasure to have a part of the squad and really fit in.
Just what you said about growing in the role alongside the players, what is the good and bad of that, I suppose?
Oh, well, the bad's obvious. I think everyone talks about it on inexperience. But the good of it is like, you got to, I suppose for everyone, you got to learn by experience, and you got to learn by going through tough times, and there's been some tough times, but I'm starting to see a bit of good coming through, and that makes it all worth it. But I'm not content with where we're at, and I don't want our players to be either, because we got high expectations and standards of ourselves, and I think we got a lot of room for improvement.